Right now I'm in the highest city on earth without laws. And this was one of my most dangerous trips of my life. Daylight killings right beside us and altitude so extreme I nearly passed out from the lack of oxygen. And all of it happening in a place where human trafficking, armed robbery and kidnappings are just part of everyday life. The roads are filled with waste and even breathing feels hard with oxygen levels dropping to nearly 50%. Too dangerous at night.
It is.
It's like a war there.
Exactly, it is right now.
It's one of the most dangerous places in the world.
At the Rinconada is no security place. Okay, it's dangerous.
Okay, this lawless city lies deep in the Andes mountains of Peru, and therefore it's also the highest city in the world. La Rinconada sits at an astonishing altitude of 5,100 meters above sea level. And at that height, the air is extremely thin, containing nearly 50% less oxygen than at sea level, which can push my blood oxygen levels into life-threatening territory. And it raises an important question. Why do people choose to live, and how does a civilization function without any laws in its system? My first stop in Peru was Cusco, a nearby city at an altitude of around 3,400 meters. And I'm going to spend the next 7 days here to acclimatize to the height and prepare my body for La Rinconada.
Frank, okay, you, I don't know, Friso.
This is a local we were able to interview about the city we're heading to. And I'm genuinely curious why this city is considered completely lawless.
And our Peruvian government, they can controlling this. And the policemen also, they are very scary there. And the police, they can controlling all those people.
It's not possible, there's no laws.
Exactly, there's no any liar.
So if you shoot someone, it's okay?
Exactly.
Like last week, were the mines that collapsed, or
no, was a lot of more, exactly, shootings, a lot of shootings people.
A lot of shootings last week.
Almost 3 or 5, I think so.
And people also just shoot and they don't get punished for it.
Exactly, because are a lot of people, because still in our Peruvian government, they don't protect this area. Yes, they can just kill a lot of people. Yes.
When you have a city of 50,000 people and virtually no police presence, there are effectively no rules. Simply because nothing can be enforced. La Rinconada exists as a loose, self-organized community, which means the Peruvian government does not provide protection for the people living here. Everyone is here entirely at their own risk.
they can kill easy.
So is the police gonna do something about it if we get killed or not?
La policía a veces poco o nada.
Okay, for the next couple of days I trained my body to prepare for the extreme altitude of La Rinconada. So I kept track of my blood oxygen levels and pushed myself higher and higher into the mountains. Every single day for 5 days I hiked for 3 to 4 hours, forcing my body to adapt to the thin air. I went to the Rainbow Mountain in Peru, climbing to an altitude of 5,036 meters. But the altitude hit me hard. My nose started bleeding, my head was pounding and I could barely catch my breath. Oh, mijn hoofd. Oh, dit zijn geen grappen. Okay, the invincible danger, the altitude sickness, hits incredibly hard at these kinds of elevations. So every breath we take up here contains far less oxygen than what our bodies are used to. And the brain, the most oxygen-hungry organ in the body, is the first to suffer. You start thinking less clearly, decision-making becomes slower and intense headaches begin to set in. And those headaches are actually a warning signal from your body. It means your system is working overtime just to keep the basics functioning. And if you stay exposed to the altitude sickness for too long, serious problems can develop in your vital organs. And then they begin to overcompensate in order to survive with too little oxygen, which ultimately can lead to death. What is a dangerous oxygen level?
Dangerous is
60, 70, 80?
¿Cómo es menos de 80?
Under.
Under 80.
If you stay in the Rinconada for too long, if your saturation levels are very low, yeah, you need to see a doctor, and can be dangerous for your health and for your life.
So if it comes under 80, you need to go directly further down.
You feel the
Yes, you need
symptoms.
to receive medical assistance.
With this information fresh in our minds, we left Cusco to head to La Rinconada. We're going to La Rinconada now.
Okay, you at the Rinconada is no security place. Okay, it's dangerous.
Every single local I spoke to about La Rinconada had something negative to say about it. So that's why I prepared a guide that will hopefully protect us with his knowledge.
Oh, hello. Is Jefferson?
Before heading to La Rinconada, we still had a few small preparations to take care of. We got ourselves about $400 in cash, just in case we need to pay the corrupt police to escort us. We also stocked up on food and water because hygiene in the city is extremely poor, and many people warned us that the local food and water could make you seriously sick.
Per day was like hundreds of kilos.
Of gold?
Really?
Yes.
No
But
way!
now it's like pieces, small pieces. And also imagine how many people died inside of the mountains.
People died there.
Yes.
Besides the low oxygen levels and criminality, there is also another problem. Natural disasters killing thousands of mine workers. Thinking about that made my heart race a little faster. And during the entire 4-hour car ride, I felt really nervous about what might happen once we reached the city. And whether I would develop severe altitude sickness. So why is this trash here? It's so much.
All the people from the La Rinconada, they produce all the trash, all the plastic here. They don't have any place to throw it. Just they decided to throw it everywhere.
So this will happen to a city with no laws. People just throw it everywhere because there are no rules. You can do whatever you want. So what is the lady doing there?
Can you see those sacks here?
Yeah.
They work up there. And the rest of the trash of the minerals, they throw it here. And they try to collect it. There are some pieces of gold there. And they know how to recognize.
La Rinconada is a gold mining city. In the past, people found large amount of gold there and thought, why not build a city here and keep digging for gold every single day? I feel dizzy immediately.
Really?
Yeah. So there's 50% oxygen?
It's compared like with sea level. Here is 50% less.
The moment I stepped outside of that car and my nose hit the smell of the city, I was immediately disgusted by it. People just throw everything on the street and also their own waste. And while I was walking to the hotel, I could feel I was being stared at from everyone. So filming here with a professional camera is really going to be difficult. But luckily our hotel door is made out of steel. It really looks like a vault door.
74.
My blood oxygen level is 74, and I remembered from the hospital you need to go down at 80 because that's already dangerous.
Nobody's allowed up there without police.
Because it's unsafe, this place. Maybe somebody looking you like a nice camera, they're gonna take it. Always we come here, always I work with policemen.
And how many policemen are coming with us?
In total there are 4.
4 policemen.
Yes, but one of them they need to be on the station.
Okay.
The rest they're gonna come with us, but not like a close to us,
So
because it's forbidden, to pay for protection.
It's corruption.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So we are corrupt.
Yes.
But in total, how many policemen are there?
4
4 in total
Yes.
for the whole city.
Yes.
We're gonna hire all the police in La Rinconada for our own protection. And imagine, 4 policemen for a city of 50,000 people. It just doesn't do the job.
We don't need to talk about money with the policemen. The policemen are here because we pay, because it's not allowed. It's not. Don't talk about like the money.
From this moment on, we have hired 4 policemen, making me feel more confident to film with my Sony camera, and with that confidence I even started to play a soccer game.
2-2 nomás, él va solamente filmar. 2-2.
Right now I'm going to play a game of football on the highest football field in the world, because there simply isn't any other football field at an altitude of 5,100 meters. And a fun fact, they have to make this field out of artificial grass, because normal grass of course cannot grow here because of the altitude, leaving no space for green vegetation. Oh! Ik After one sprint I was already exhausted, because here there's of course 50% oxygen compared to sea level. And as a guy from the Netherlands, this is extremely difficult.
No, it's not bad.
Is niet te doen, hè?
So right now I played for around 2 minutes, and it genuinely felt like I was slowly dying inside. But because I was frustrated, I pushed through my tiredness, because I'm originally a soccer player, and back at sea level I could play soccer for 90 minutes, a whole match. And I just couldn't have it that these mine workers could play effortless. They didn't have any problem, their body was totally accustomed to the altitude.
Oxygen. Oxygen. What oxygen level is like really dangerous?
The oxygen level really dangerous under 60. If your oxygen saturation is gonna be under 60, you probably die. So you have to be careful.
Yeah, with an oxygen saturation of 60, you're getting very close to serious chronic danger for your organs.
Just 5 minutes, okay?
So I was quickly given pure oxygen through an oxygen mask and a tank.
Listo. Lo bueno es cumplir el trato.
My body fortunately recovered very quickly, so it wasn't necessary to cancel the project and descend quickly to recover.
¿Cuál es tu nombre, disculpa?
Wilber.
Wilber. Déjame presentarle Frank.
Hola.
Frank and
Nice to meet you.
Freezer. I'm gonna show you the piece of gold. This is the pure gold.
Ese es el oro puro.
It's heavy?
This is it. Oro puro.
This golden nugget is about 2,500 euros, and it represents many long hours of work by the miners. And they operate under a particular system called the Cacho Rayo system. And this is how it works. So large companies hold the licenses that allow them to operate in the mines from Rinconada, who has heard stories about the gold and money that can supposedly be made in those mines. So you sign up with one of these companies, and for the first 15 days you work for them without any pay. Then after those 15 days are over, you get 5 days to work for yourself.
And after they convert,
Para la exportación
when they export it,
So how much is that?
Esto está valorizado en 30.
between 30 to 40,000 soles.
Did you ever hear of murders?
Naturalmente aquí sí hay.
Sí, yes.
Naturalmente sí hay.
Yes.
Sí. They can kill easy.
So is the police gonna do something about it if we get killed or not?
La policía a veces poco o nada ayuda.
Sometimes like they help, sometimes no. Like
So far I haven't really noticed that I'm walking around in a city without laws. Everyone has been quite friendly, and I've actually felt genuine connection with the people here in a very warm and pleasant way.
she's invite you. If you want, you can take like a few potatoes if you want.
Oh, this is so good. Can you ask them if they are happy here?
¿Quieres saber si están felices? Dice.
Happy?
If you want to do a TikTok with her.
Dit is de ziekste NPC shit ooit, ouwe. Oh, kiss. Moet ik dit nog gaan doen? Fort.
The rest of the tree, like because there was a mortar down there, the robbers they try to steal gold down there.
So
But there's a robbery going on right now.
Right now, that's like they are calling.
So the other 3 officers are going there.
Yes, there are the 2 guys.
Yes.
They go there because somebody died.
Really?
No way.
Right now, in this moment.
Right now he's talking with the.
Really?
Really?
Mad.
In the middle of the street down there.
Like they got shot or?
Yeah. ¿Lo dispararon, jefe?
Sí.
Yeah.
This is not a joke.
No, it's not joking.
2 minutes ago we were having fun with locals, and at that time a fatal incident occurred. And it really shows the contrast of the city. My cameraman and I felt really emotional because the shooting happened just a couple of blocks away from us in the middle of the day. It made death feel very close, since we're the ones walking around with cameras that can make us a target for getting shot as well. And because of that, we decided not to go to the scene of murder just as yet. We only had one policeman with us for protection, as the other 3 officers had already gone to the scene.
There are gold there.
There's gold.
Look. This is the one side, and it's yellow.
Pure gold.
We're now getting closer and closer to the mining area of the town, where all the gold is found, which is the exact reason why people live here in the first place. Only about 15% of the houses here are made of stone, while the rest are built from metal sheets or steel plates. And as you might know, at 5,100 meters altitude, it gets incredibly cold at night. Many of the poor immigrants who come here from nearby villages to Rinconada live temporarily in these small metal huts because they're extremely cheap. And they come here with one dream: to rent such a place for 2 or 3 months to find a huge golden nugget in the meantime that they're living there. And hopefully they can leave Rinconada rich.
What is his dream here?
¿Quieres saber cuál sería tu sueño?
La mayoría de acá de los trabajadores de mina venimos con un propósito de llevar a la familia algo, ¿no?
Is it true that the myth is that they can't spend the money they earn in the mines on good things like family and stuff? But
O sea, hay 2 rumores, ¿no? 2 rumores que supuestamente gastamos en malgastar, en chicas así, pero la mayor parte llevamos a la familia.
There are 2 theories. Some of them, of course, like they drink and señoritas, bars, but some of them, like this friend, he worked for their family, for his family.
He's a good guy, man. You're a good I think it's quite a sad reality that they're forced to work here in order to provide for the family.
Yes, some of them.
This is not fun, it's deadly.
Yes.
Can we try the oxygen things on their finger?
Quiere probar tu saturación de oxígeno.
You could clearly see a difference between me and a local. 83 versus 61 at my lowest.
How long did you work here?
Ahorita tengo 50 años.
30.
Empezó a los 22. He started 22 years old. Now he has 50.
Wow.
Después de haber prestado mi servicio militar me vine aquí.
Don't you want to live here? Or?
La verdad sí, pero no hay opción porque es el único lugar donde yo más o menos puedo sacar algo por mi familia, porque he ido a distintos lugares del Perú. Sí he ido cuando estaba más joven, así, ¿no? Solo, sin familia. El costo de vida o el ingreso que hay es pésimo, pero al menos aquí me compensa lo que yo hago aquí.
Have you seen people die?
En la mina siempre, como en todo lugar hay accidentes, siempre hay. No es nada raro, ¿no? Siempre hay accidentes en todas partes. Es igual aquí, siempre hay, a veces por negligencia de uno mismo.
Crazy.
Ahora generalmente es más por la delincuencia que hay ahorita aquí.
Now it's more, there are more
por eso trabajamos solo de día, ya no de noche.
5 p.m. is like a good time to retire. After that, he said it's too dangerous.
It has even become so dangerous that there are now signs posted warning that you will be shot on sight if you enter private property.
Are we at risk here, do you think, as gringos?
Sí.
Dat is een ja.
Obviamente, ya a partir de las 5 es más peligroso.
I just can't comprehend that a man like him has been working here for 30 years, simply because he has no other options and wants to support his family, all at the cost of his own safety and health.
Now we're gonna go to the body. Yes, try to don't stop next to the body.
Just walk.
Walk and film, make a video, and that's it.
This whole situation made me feel physically sick, just thinking about the fact that the same thing could have happened to me if I had been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's it? We are getting so much looks here.
At that moment I felt a wave of shame holding my camera above the crowd. I could barely bring myself to do it.
Ja, daar zie je het gewoon, man. Holy shit. How do you feel about that guy dying?
I feel here. I feel scared. I feel my legs were shaking for a few seconds.
Really?
I think so. I was in front of us, and it's very. I don't know. I feel there. I was feeling emotional.
If you look closely, you can see that my lips are blue, which is a sign of oxygen deprivation.
We are tasting blood in our throat.
Blood.
Because it's so dry, probably.
Water. Don't forget to drink water.
Yeah.
I don't know how much water you drink in the last 2-3 hours, but you have to drink more.
74. Under 80, they said, I can get organ damage, but I don't care.
Your beats.
122. It's a bad combination.
It's higher. Your beats is.
It's compensating.
Right now I have 122 heartbeats per minute, which is of course very fast for just sitting. And therefore you can see that my body is fighting really hard to compensate the low oxygen levels. And so I took a rest in the hotel. My blood oxygen saturation was at an all-time low and my brain felt like exploding. Let me give you a further explanation. So when the brain is exposed to low oxygen levels for a long time, blood vessels can dilate and fluid can leak into the brain tissue. This causes swelling of the brain named cerebral edema, which can lead to headache, confusion, loss of coordination, or in severe cases coma or death.
So this town has prostitution, right?
They have some places up there. There are bars with chicas. They close and they say, no, you're gonna stay here.
Because of the cameras or the gringo face?
Yes, that one.
Gringo face.
Yeah.
Our first night arrives and rumors are circulating here that about 2,500 young girls are illegally being exploited in this area. And as we walked out of our hotel, we noticed that at night almost everyone is anonymous, wearing some kind of masks so they cannot be identified.
Right now we're going to the police? Did they say something about the shooting? Because
¿Qué saber qué pasó acerca del robo de abajo? Quería saber algo.
No hay nada, pues no dice que ajuste de cuentas, sabemos la evolución de las hay un herido que confían.
There's one person died, and another one is going to Juliaca. Is sent to the hospital.
okay.
But they don't know exactly because nobody wants to talk about like if they have problems. If you can see somebody shooting somebody, it's better to say I can see and say silence.
So the guy's just walking freely, maybe the shooter, just here on the streets. Because you don't know.
Yeah.
My cameraman and I really wanted to take a look inside one of those nightclubs. What actually happens there with those girls? But since it's of course illegal, the managers would obviously get extremely angry if we filmed it. It would be direct evidence for the police to arrest them. If you look closely, you can see 6 girls just sitting there. And it really breaks my heart that this is happening in the world right now. Sometimes life or the world is not fair.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, this random girl approached me with something really inappropriate in the middle of the street. The longer we walked around here with our cameras, the more we started to feel like an established target for criminals. People were looking at us more and more. And at the moment our police escort would disappear, you generally have no idea what people like that might be capable of. We had extremely low blood oxygen saturation, 70 to 75 during the night. And if you have this for a long period of time, you can get serious consequences to your organs. But to be honest, we are filmmakers, we wanted to push this documentary out there, and therefore we actually risked our own health for this video for you guys.
Estoy muy agradecido.
This man was heavily intoxicated and literally followed us for about 30 minutes.
La luz y para que ustedes calentar. Entender ustedes caminar.
Luckily, this drunk guy was not in an aggressive mood. And after we finally managed to shake him off, we ran into a girl just walking on the street at 5 a.m. Using Google Translate, we asked her why she was here at 5 a.m.
De visita.
How old are you?
22.
You know it's quite dangerous here. There's no point of visiting here and being here at like 6 a.m. in the morning. It seems a little bit sketchy. Yeah, it's gewoon.
Looking at the behavior of the mine workers and seeing that she has foundation and lipstick, it says enough about her situation.
So right now we're going to the upper section. And why do we need the police with us?
Most of the miners, like the capes, are up there with the guns, and we'll need those guys.
Right now we are bringing the police with us, because in that area almost every miner carries a gun. And after all, this is where the money and the gold are. There are countless signs warning that you are allowed to shoot people if they enter your territory. Because people rob a lot here. Everything here is about becoming rich and doing everything in your power to have that money. Unfortunately, this area is too dangerous to simply walk through, so instead we're heading to another strange, interesting stop that resembles dead human bodies.
Why are these bodies here? It looks like dead bodies.
There are we call compadres, the waikis.
Many people in Rinconada believe they must make offerings to these gods. That's why you see alcohol, underwear, cigarette butts, and so on. They do this because they believe it will help them find more gold and bring them luck. They also believe that women must absolutely not work in the mines because the mountain ridge above Rinconada resembles a sleeping woman, the sleeping beauty. They say she would become jealous and take all the gold away if women were allowed to work in the mines.
What are those?
Coca lips.
And what does it do exactly?
The composition of coca lips is very nutritious. Caffeine inside, vitamins.
Cocaine, right?
Yeah, but that's the main ingredient to make cocaine.
Chewing on the ingredient of cocaine apparently helps against altitude sickness. Because of all the vitamins and caffeine, your body uses the oxygen more efficiently, causing less dizziness or altitude sickness as a whole. This was one of the most risky recordings I've ever done abroad. I also want you to know that my parents were absolutely against me coming here and that in this city danger can appear in the smallest corner. Your life can be taken away in a fraction of a second. And therefore Rinconada has two faces. On one side, the innocent everyday life of the people who live here, and on the other, the ruthless world of power, money and revenge. Being here made me realize how grateful I should be to live in the safe country of the Netherlands.